Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Barry and I will now continue the second part of our series of ArcGIS web application use tutorial. Again, you can access the public viewer from this link, and it is here, the new GIS platform. Again, here's the legacy platform, also called parcel viewer, and a link to the real estate data on KeyWeb. Okay, so I will now launch the web application from our site, and we'll get to work. Okay, so this is on the first time opening, you may get a splash screen, which you will need to check that you accept the terms and hit OK. After that is cached in your web browser, the splash screen will no longer appear unless you use a separate web browser or clear your cache. Okay, so today, last time I went through the layers, showing you how to use those, okay, right? So today I will focus more on the map viewer here and functionalities within that. Okay, so again, you can use mouse wheel, zoom in and out, or the buttons here. Okay, so I'll just get started with showing some data within the map viewer here. Okay, as you zoom in and out, you may get more details of map features appear or disappear as such. You can see the Pittsylvania County label here disappears at a certain zoom scale, and certain features here, being the tax payment locations, a title label shows next to them once you zoom in. Okay, so each feature's different within the web application. Each one appears, whether it be the features or labels, at certain levels. Some of them appear at nearly all levels. Okay, it just depends on the features and how they're set up. Okay, so let's move on, and I'll show you some pop-up functionalities. Again, if layers or titles are subdued, as such as the addresses, that means they are not visible in a map unless you zoom in to a certain scale there. See, they appear, all the address points appear, as well as the layer title emboldened in. The address labels are still subdued because, and I'll turn that on, because they are set to draw at a scale zoomed in more than just the address points. And the reason is, at this scale here, if all of the address labels were visible, you still wouldn't be able to make sense of heads or tails of which one applies to which address point, because they would practically cover the screen with address labels and points. So as we zoom in, you will see the labels appear and the layer name become emboldened to a black font as such. Okay, and there are the addresses. We can also turn on transportation layers, which may be helpful in this case. Okay, which will show the streets, street names, railways, route numbers of the streets. I'll just turn these off for now so I can show you. So as you see here, you have Route 29, 636 here, and as well as street names. Okay, so as you can see, the route numbers disappear as I turn that off. But now what I want to focus on is the pop-up functionality of features. So some features, most of them, if you select a feature, you will be presented with a pop-up box here. And here you can see additional information applied to that individual feature. Okay, this is the GIS data that we actually maintain for the features. If you notice at the bottom of this pop-up window, well, you have 3 dots here that you have some additional functions, okay, which I'll go over shortly, but also you have a hyperlink here in one field. The name of the field is Street View. So if I select all of the others data, as you see, I can click, there's no hyperlinks except for this one, this field. Okay, so if I select that, okay, we go to Google Street View, but notice at the bottom, no Street View imagery available here. And that may be due to the distance from the road it is, that particular address point. So let's select one a little closer to the highway maybe to check. No luck there. This is just a functionality of the script behind this field pulls the coordinates from the point location, converts it to coordinates for Google Street View to open. And voila, there's one. Okay, but it will open at the default view facing the north, so you may need to rotate the screen, okay, to view that address, which I don't see in this particular field, but we can try another one. Here's a structure that I see in the base map, so it may nothing available. Let's try one up here on Main Street. Okay, likely one of these. Okay, yeah, down here. Okay, that's likely this address here. So that is one function of this particular feature layer. And another, almost all of these layers you can view the GIS information behind them, but the addresses and tax parcels are currently the only 2 layers that have hyperlink data, which will open an external web page. Now notice when I selected this feature, at the top of the pop-up window now you see one of 2 and a little arrow here. If I hover over that, it says next feature. So if I click on that, notice the title changes here. I'll go back to show you again. Okay, tax parcels all. And the reason is there's two sets of features that are overlying assessed parcels, overlying tax parcels all. And so it's giving you the option to look at either layer within that location selected. Okay, and so with the assessed parcels, you'll notice here property record has a hyperlink, and that will take you to the property information on KeyWeb. Also, the same web page linked from our GIS site as real estate data. But here, if you access it through the web application, it will go directly to that, the information for that parcel ID number that was selected. Okay, same as here. And again, various information. This particular information in assessed parcels is basically the same information here in GIS as what you can get from KeyWeb. Just different format. Here you can look at the information, certain information, a little quicker than accessing the web, but you'll get more detailed information from accessing that in the real estate data website. Okay. So that covers the web viewer functionality, and next section I will continue to go over the various tools that you see available as floating buttons in the web viewer, map viewer location. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.